Monday, October 6th, 2025, weekend review. Currently, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm at the airport, getting ready to fly back to California. Flew out here last night. This morning, linked up with Dallin Pepper and some of the team from the Apex Path crew and the CrossFit crew, and went down to the sub base up here and introduced an admiral and some of his staff to CrossFit and some of the initiatives, some of the stuff we have going on with the Army, and put them through a workout, gave them a whiteboard talk. Really good session, had a nice workout. It was really nice to have Dallin come out. He said he typically doesn't wake up at that early, but we met up at my hotel at 6 and then drove out there. So Dallin was great. He's a good kid. Um, really cares about the community. And when I asked him a couple weeks ago to do this, there was no hesitation. He was on board. And some of the sailors there had CrossFit experience, so we're really excited to see Dallin. So big thanks to Dallin. Good session, quick trip. Uh, Flying back now, so I'll leave in about an hour. And really glad I made the trip. Hopefully, we can do something with Navy personnel similar to what we're doing with the Army, especially as you look at the current prioritization of fitness and training for soldiers from the top that's coming down from the president, from Hegseth, et cetera. They're definitely putting an emphasis on physical fitness and training. Hopefully, we're poised and able to. We're definitely poised to, but hopefully, we're positioned to help any service and all services that need it with training and education or anything else in that realm. So I'm excited about what we're currently doing with the Army, what we possibly could be doing with the Navy in the near future, and what we can offer to any of the other services. So last week I had a call with the CAC. Went really well. We just talked about the season and the changes and where everything's at. They gave a lot of feedback. I told them we're going to try to keep the calls going a little more and just keep up the communication. Seth Page, new member, was on the call. We welcomed him to the team too. So that went well. We also had cap filming at the ranch. So for 2 days, we had a number of our cap CrossFit affiliate programming crew out there, and they filmed some demos and filmed some other projects, and so that went really well. It was 2 days. Pat Barber was there, Kelly Clark, Joe Alexander, Matt Bischel, really good crew. Had a lot of good conversation, and talked about a lot of things, nutrition, a lot of things we filmed, some other things we didn't film. But it was good having that crew there. Laura Bruner was there, kind of like an old school vibe. And we had discussions. Pat is always ready and willing to debate anything. So there was plenty that we debated. Oh, and Eric O'Connor. And Eric O'Connor has been around for a long time. So it was really good to catch up with them, watch the work they did, watch the videos, the content they're creating for CAP. So if you're an affiliate owner, CrossFit Affiliate Program CAP is offered to you for free. It's in the affiliate toolkit. And then a number of the providers also provide it via their platforms like Beyond the Whiteboard, et cetera. So definitely check it out. The team puts a lot of work into it. Spencer Hendel leads the programming effort and does a great job with it. A few days ago, I forgot to mention this when I got back from the Legends event in Columbus, but I met an affiliate owner there who their affiliate is inside of 84 Lumber's corporate headquarters. 84 Lumber is like a Home Depot, big lumber company, and they're stationed or based out of the East Coast. And it was cool to hear that their corporate wellness program includes an affiliate in their corporate wellness gym. So that affiliate emailed me, and I'm going to try to set something up to where we can cover it. There's an athlete in the service games named Shenae Watson, and someone just started a GoFundMe to get her to the service games. I will put the link of her GoFundMe in this bio, but I want to read the first two paragraphs. Shenae Watson, a proud law enforcement officer and dedicated CrossFitter from CrossFit Western Front QLD, has just achieved something incredible. Second place worldwide in the 2025 CrossFit Everyday Hero Service Cup, competing against active and retired service members from across the globe. This competition isn't just about fitness, it's about celebrating those who serve and protect the everyday heroes who dedicate their lives to keeping communities safe. CrossFit has always stood shoulder to shoulder with service members, honoring them through special events and providing the training that equips them for the demands of their challenging roles. So super cool. Let's help her get to the games from Australia to the service games, and those are being held in Mayhem. I think they're in a few weeks. Might try to go out to them. I'm not sure. I haven't planned it yet, but I'll take a look at the calendar and see if I can pull that off. But they're going to be hosted at CrossFit Mayhem. So service game, Shenae Watson. Link in the bio here. Let's help her on this GoFundMe. Let's jump into comments from last week. At Wilfried.3223. I hope the 2026 CrossFit Games 20th edition will be a stroll down CrossFit Games history lane with an event pulled from each CrossFit Games edition. Repeats like Fibonacci would count for two games editions so that in the end, we get the usual 15 event CrossFit Games. That's a really good idea. I like it. I like that idea. At Jenny Bolton, can we bring back the T-shirt for the L1 certification? It was so sad not to get one last summer when I took my L1. The L1 certificate course, it's not a certification by ANSI standards, by certification standards, by certification standards, actual accreditation body standards. A certification can only be a test that proves subject matter expertise fundamentally. Once you put a course with a test, it's no longer a certification. So then it's a certificate course. So level one is a certificate course. So anything you see out there called a certification, if it has coursework attached to it, it is not by the standards of the governing bodies of certifications a true certification. So the level one isn't a certification. The L3 is a certification because the L3 is a standalone test that conveys subject matter expertise in a given domain. Yeah, so it'd be cool to have the shirts back. When Reebok was a sponsor, they were providing them, and um, we will look into that. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon, but I think it would be cool to have the T-shirts at level one. At Denise Thomas, hello Denise. Seth Page is a great addition. I agree. At Denise hosts our CrossFit podcast. So the podcast that we do weekly, there's a live version, and there's also some longer form interviews that are pre-recorded. Denise is the primary host for that. At Avera9636, Dave, it seems you start from scratch every year in games programming. Taking off. Good seeing you. Good work. Dave, it seems you start from scratch every year in games programming. Suspect that after every games, you reflect on how the events went and wish you could have done this or that. Have you ever considered taking a prior games and using it as a starting point and trying to perfect it, tweaking certain events and replacing others? That's not a bad idea. I like that idea too. At Drake Stevens 3447, hey Dave, will there be a release soon if what semifinals are going to be a part of the season? I enjoy the structure a lot. However, I know TFX is doing qualify this weekend, and they were semifinal last year. NorCal's is in January, and they're a semifinal last year. Just want to make sure we don't miss any qualifiers for semifinals. We want to attend later in the season. Thanks. Yes, shortly we should be announcing more information on that. At Jeff Howard AFK, is the Community Cup coming back? There has been confusion as to whether it was cut or not based on the game's timeline that was recently published. Some for this, or same for the Service Cup and Paris Cup. So Community Cup will be back. It might look a little different. We're playing with some options there, and Service Cup will for sure be back. Paris Cup, I'm not sure, but Service Cup, Community Cup, yes. At Visualize World Peas. Dave, just got back from a couple weeks in the mountains chasing elk with my bow. No dice, but still a great time. I just wanted to give kudos to the TDC Mercantile olive oil. It was a perfect addition to the kitchen box and the tin container held up to my rough handling. Any plans of putting the garlic flavor in this? Either way, I love it all and I'm a customer for life. Thanks again. Any plans of putting garlic in the tin? Probably not. The bottles is a little easier to source. The tins are pretty challenging to source and they're a little more expensive than the bottles. That being said, uh, currently, so I did a huge push the past week and a half, restocked everything. Everything was pretty low. I have a bunch of 500s back in stock, 500 milliliter tins of the extra virgin olive oil. And I have some Thai chili pepper. That's almost gone because I've posted and published that it's back in stock. But if you want Thai chili pepper, it's back in stock. I also have the 100 milliliter bottles back in stock. So currently on tdcmercantile.com, a bunch of the olive oil is back in stock. So if you want to stock up, head on over there. And glad you enjoyed it on your trip. Do you have any pictures of you using it from that elk trip, um, from being in the field? Please send me a photo. I'd love to post it. At Luis Oliveira 601, tell us again the brand of that furnace. The brand of that furnace in the back of the last video from the one that's at my office at the ranch is Proud Pyro. Proud Pyro. I'll put that link in. All right, that's a week in review from Jacksonville Airport. Getting ready to board soon. Uh, Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.